Hello everyone, welcome back. In today's video I want to talk a bit about karma, the personal karma, the family karma, the planet karma, karma from other lives as well, about the shadow of each spirit and what it contains, about of the right way to pay for the karma and how you can use it as a propulsion system in the evolution, and also about what Reiki does in different type of Reiki styles, and also I will speak a bit about the Melchizedek priesthood, and that should do for today. So let's get started. So I made here a quick drawing of a person sitting on top of a volcano. Okay, this one wants to represent the volcano. The volcano is the accumulation of everything that is inside a spirit karma, and that one can contain a personal karma from this life and other lives, the family karma up to the 9th generation. I spoke a bit about it in the previous video, so whoever didn't see the other video, they should watch them from the beginning, okay? Because I'm trying to make a series of videos where I explain a bit of what I've understood from my lessons, what I've learned from other teachers, and what made sense and applied to me in my life. And I will also speak a bit about the positive ways on how you can start looking at things differently instead of blaming or denying or non-accepting. How to understand these things and these principles in my words, simple words for everyone, so that you can understand and work with them for your own benefit, okay? So what happens is a spirit is related to a background of karma. What is karma? It's the accumulation of negative energies, negative beliefs, negative reactions to all sorts of situations that happened in this life, in other lives, or in the family lineage, in this life up to the next generation, the 9th generation, sorry. And also everything that was done wrong in regard to planet Earth. I will get to each point step by step, and you should understand what I'm talking about. So on a personal level in this life, if you did something wrong towards the planet without understanding that you did something wrong and you didn't do nothing good for the planet, you add minuses into this volcano. Okay, this is the karmic volcano. In other lives, as a spirit, you might have done, and 100% you did, wrong things towards other people, towards countries, places, and the planet Earth as well, or other spirits, or towards God as well. So everything that you didn't understood or you reacted wrongly to it, it's added here. And in your family lineage, everyone that was behind and add negative, let's call it wrong behaviors or wrong answers or wrong understanding of things, they all end up here in this karmic volcano. Okay, now what happens during a lifetime? The person keeps getting signals left and right because he's on a path of evolution, and he keeps getting signals. Here you are doing wrong, and it's related to some minuses from this karmic plane. Okay, and sometimes he fixes it, sometimes not, and he adds pluses or minuses during the path. Usually God puts us in a situation where we can start evolving, always start paying for these negative beliefs, negative actions. He always sends us back to get reborn in a place where we have a certain karma with that place, and gives us the possibility lately to move out from one country to another to find a better place so we can evolve, and then start paying back the karma on the place where we were born, and so on. It's quite complicated, but as we move forward you will understand better, because I will make and I will give more explanations in regard. So what happens? In the previous video I've explained how a soul works. This is like a sphere around your body, that's your soul. It's concentrated 30% around your chest, and the other 70% it's like a ball around you. Okay, what happens is that during this lifespan you will always encounter situations where you can add minuses and pluses. If you add more pluses, you evolve and you clean more karma. But some things, like certain situations, more often they keep repeating to people because they didn't understood those lessons, and they are keep adding minuses. Or in the family lineage there was a person having a certain problem at one point. No one took care of that problem. In the karmic lineage of the family, that problem starts coming out, usually towards the weaker ones in the family present now, to show up those errors. I don't know, like rejection, abandonment, humiliation, betrayal, injustice. Some they become alcoholic if they had alcoholic people in the past, that they died from it. They even drink up until they died. Some of the ones now in these days, they get alcoholic. If somebody committed suicide, almost everyone in the lineage that is currently on the living plane, they will feel that kind of thought in their lives coming out, and that one they don't understand where it's coming from. Most of the times someone in the past in the family had that problem, was not cured properly, that energy remained there, that person died, and is sending out signals through the lineage of the karmic family generations, and it's reaching through the soul bound, because the soul is bound up to the 9th generation through the DNA system, and they send out signals like this problem was not fixed with me, and that energy was not cleaned. And there are different processes where you can start sending light or creating good energy to compensate that bad energy and create a good bubble which doesn't come out anymore after it was cleaned for the other members of the family that are alive today. Okay, so what happens is, not only with somebody being alcoholic or somebody being I don't know, committing suicide, it's on other planes as well. So whatever you usually find in life, what's worse is that if you never thought about it and it just comes out, usually it's a sign that someone in your lineage had that problem, was never solved, and that energy stayed there. It was created and it's popping out through the volcano of the karmic, let's call it karmic volcano, so some of you will understand better what I'm talking about. It's easier to understand this way. Then there's the planet karma, where usually people around, they take everything for granted and they do not do anything to help the planet. They just think, I'm going to work, I'm having a life, I'm paying for stuff someone else should take care of. Well, wrong. Not only you, but everyone add bad karma to the planet. So to compensate that, you should start doing something for the planet as well. You should start doing something for the family ancestors as well, to create good energy, and something for yourself. I know it sounds a lot to talk about this and to add everything in the same basket all at once, but this is how it works, and these are studies made by people over 30-40 years of study, and they use different methods to measure these things. So it's not only on the psychological level, on the physical level as well, it gets impact. And what happens is, in the shadow, usually, of each individual, of each spirit, resides all the sins and misbeliefs and things not fixed from the past lives and the current life. That's the shadow. That's why most of the times it presents in front of you as obstacles. It's a bit bond with the karma in a way, but it's more emotional. It's always related with the rejection, abandonment, humiliation, betrayal, injustice, and with sin and with lack of believing God. So until a person doesn't start understanding these things and start working to use this shadow and karma as a propulsion towards God and towards spiritual and physical evolution in the physical plane, most of the times that person will always continue to add minuses under in this, let's call it lava, volcano, energy, volcanic karma, call it as you want. I'm trying to explain it this way so it's easier for whoever is watching this video to understand. Now, by ignoring these payments and adding minuses, one person starts losing their soul a bit every day. Instead of adding pluses and cleaning here, they start adding minuses and they start losing part of their soul. By losing part of their soul, their lifespan, instead of being, I don't know, 100 years, it cuts out and it becomes less. And that is like one of the things that was observed, studied by my teachers, by myself lately, because I'm studying the same principles and things, and I'm observing them in other people as well, my friends, family, and so on. So I'm talking because I'm seeing these things. Everything that I'm telling you is like reflecting in my life, in everything that I've been through and that I'm seeing around me. And that's why I'm trying to explain this and how to use everything, because this one can be used as a propulsion system. If one acknowledges how to use this in its advantage, it becomes like this. Instead of blocking and adding more here, minuses, you can use it to put pluses here. Now, the moment you release an energy here that was negative and you manage to clean it, even if it's yours, even if it's a family problem, even if it's a planet where you lived, what you've done, maybe you did something wrong to other people in this life or other lives, and you clean that, and God sees that you are working towards doing that, I can guarantee that if you put 50%, God will put the other 50%, and it will show you the best way for you possible to move forward. So he's like, he always wants to help us. He doesn't want to block us. What's blocking us is our ignorance, our rejection towards karma, because we are always saying, why do I have to pay the karma? It's not my fault, it's the other person's fault. Why do I have to pay for my family? Or the planet, or the country that I'm living in? Some people say I was born in a shitty country, why do I have to live there? Well, first of all, you were born in a lineage of people before you, and you as a spirit came there, and you are here now. Even if you don't understand that everyone does errors, and the ones that live have the possibility to patch those errors, because everyone does, even these days, everyone does errors. There's no 100% people doing only good. No, we all do errors. There's some doing less, there's some doing more. There's some that add more pluses here and start realizing this way of being and this way of propulsion, and they start working towards this, and God sees them and helps them going up. And there's some people that they still ignore this, and then they start having physical problems, mental problems, emotional problems, betrayal problems, injustice problems, and they have even more lack of belief in God and in how this karmic system works in this planet, in, let's call it our universe, because we are all on this planet. So the universe that we live in, it's on planet Earth at the moment, the alive ones. The ones in spirit, I don't know exactly where they live, but I know more things about them, and I will try to explain this later on. So the main idea is to start doing something towards these three main categories of the karmic level. Okay, the personal karma, which is connected with the shadow part of it. There's the family, where other from the family did and added minuses to the story. And then there's the planet karma, which, if we look around, they are not trying to help the planet, they are trying to consume the planet. All the spirits, me included, I did wrong, so I'm not like I'm any type of saint sitting here and trying to explain these things to people because I'm a saint. No. I've started doing this, adding pluses to my karma. God started helping me, and I made steps, very important steps in my life, in my understanding, in how I perceive things, how I move around, how I understand things, how I manipulate energy, how I explain things to people. That's why I'm trying to make it as simple as possible, even if it's on a drawing. It's the most simple way I could get explanation years ago so that I could understand this principle better. No one was there to explain it to me. I had to go through my life and add minuses, mostly, into my life and the family lineage. And now I'm trying to recover, and it's working. So everything that I'm telling you, it's working for myself, and not only. Everyone that is learning what I've learned and it's applying, they get results, good results, not bad results, okay? When a spirit awakes, usually, he goes through an explosion of this volcano. Something bad happens to him. It can be in any kind of form that has a huge impact on his mental, physical, emotional state. Rarely it happens that the spiritual awakening happens just like that. In the morning someone awakes, but that happens as well. Most of the times happens that this volcano pops out and just everything in their lives goes wrong. Everything falls down, and there's the saying, everything in my life just goes wrong and I don't know why. What did I do wrong? I'm a good person. I never did something wrong. Might be that in this life you didn't, but there's the family karma, the planet karma, and the other lives karma that you accumulated. And because you didn't start considering that in this life and start adding pluses, at one point that one pops out. It might be through every single type of shock event. Okay, it can be a car accident, it can be whatever you want. Call it, name it, that gives physical shock, emotional shock, psychological shock, okay? And this is what I've learned, I've applied, I've seen in people, and I'm trying to teach others as well. Okay, let's move forward on the personal, yeah. Yeah. So how to improve yourself? You start paying for karma. I've explained in the other videos, but I will do a quick review on that here as well. So you can start by praying, and it brings back your soul and starts doing the payment. Always praying with intention. God, I'm praying to clean my karma. You start with your personal karma. Personal karma includes family karma, planet karma. I divide it so that you understand that not always comes from your personal, sometimes it comes from your lineage, okay, or from the planet karma. It depends what you've done. But you think you are a good person and you didn't do nothing wrong, and still the volcano comes out, okay? Now what God does, he doesn't throw everything at us all at once. And normally you don't start paying all the karma all together. If you start paying for the karma all together, you will not handle all that pressure, and one person can end up very bad. So the karma must be paid step by step, day by day, month by month, year by year. the results start to be seen as positive results, not in 5 minutes, not in 1 month. It depends on each person's level of karma and how much God allows. But if you already start working on this tree and you want to turn towards God and start doing your job properly, the doors in your life will not be blocked anymore, and they will start to open, and the spiral of evolution will happen in the best way possible. If not, you might hit a door that doesn't open. It doesn't open because you don't take care of these sides of your karma and shadow. Also, your shadow, as I've said, contains rejection, abandonment, humiliation, betrayal, injustice, sin, lack of belief. On the opposite side, you might find in the Buddhist religion, in the Christian religion, they always talk about learning and understanding and following the truth. Cultivate positive and compassionate thoughts. Engaging in ethical and compassionate actions with humility. Pursuing a livelihood that does not harm other people, animals, plants, or the planet. Okay, so it's like cultivating a positive, like cultivating positive qualities and avoiding negative ones. Being aware of one's thoughts, feelings, and actions, and developing the ability to focus the mind and practice meditation and prayer and start learning about the karma, about the shadow, about God, about angels, about demons, about whatever. It's helpful not only for the physical evolution but also for the spiritual evolution, because at the end of the day you are a spirit inside a body having a soul. If you don't take care of these things as well, they will pop out, and when they pop out you don't know what to do, because you are not prepared of understanding what's the door that blocks you and how you should move forward, what you should learn on this door to move forward, instead of just complaining and adding negativity to that door and to this karma. Okay, so it's all about positive evolution, not negative evolution. Some, they don't evolve. They go back because they don't understand these principles and they don't want to use it as a propulsion system. They tend to put it like this. And I was one of them, okay? I used to be like that. I used to do not understand certain principles. I didn't apply them until karma hit me very bad. After it hit me, I was in bed for 6 months on pills. No doctor could understand why am I in pain, because my back was in perfect conditions. I stayed like, I can say, under drugs with those pills, and nothing changed. Until one day I said, God, that's it. I don't know what's wrong, what is what, but I want to recover. That was my starting point. And then from there, I start finding people to teach me things, start learning and start applying and start believing and start practicing. And it was not easy. It was honestly not easy. And my path was like coming down from the bottom of the volcano and start going up in my evolution. Now I did some steps. I became a master in 3 types of Reiki. I even become a priest and other spiritual practices. So I add up a lot of knowledge and practice to my spiritual evolution. And by doing so, I start changing my beliefs, my way of thinking. I apply these things, I teach other people, I fix other people. And that's why I'm doing these videos, for whoever wants to learn more. I can give them a direction, because most of the people, they don't have a direction, they are lost and they stay in confusion, and they stay and always add the negative to this volcanic karmic volcano of each one of us, and they don't understand how to move forward. It is a bit to learn. It takes more than 1 year. After 1 year, after you've put the base and you've read like 5-6 books and you start practicing a bit, if you do your part 50%, God will give you the other 50%. It will start helping you move forward, opening doors, adding pluses. Your ancestors will thank you because you are doing a great job in your lineage and you are cleaning a lot of karmic debt. Okay? And all of them, they will start helping you. So they will be the propulsion here. They will not stay anymore against you. They will not give you pain. Usually it's back pain or knee pain from the ancestors. Okay? So, yeah. So I wanted to talk about the Reiki. Let me find this one. So, to explain a bit Reiki and what happens in Reiki. So in Reiki Usui, you start learning about how to manipulate energy, how to use it at your advantage, how to pay for your karma, what is your shadow, how to send light towards your karma and your shadow, how to create positive in your life. You also get to learn in the first stages a couple of symbols like the cross in the Christian realm. You learn about Chokurei, Seiheki, Honshaze Shonen, Reiki Usui, these 4 you will learn them in the first stages, stage 1 and 2. How to use them in your advantage to create pluses, okay, in your path of growth. Then next stages you will learn more symbols, how to use them on others as well, so you can help people in need. By helping people in need with this type of energy, you create pluses for your karmic volcano. You get knowledge, you get power, you learn how to pray, you learn how to use church in your advantage. Any church, doesn't matter what church in the world, any church has their positive beliefs, how to use those positive beliefs in your advantage, and your family as well. You can show others how to do it as well. In the Karuna, you start working with archangels. In Shamballa, you start working with the ascended masters that were spiritually enlightened, like Saint Germain, El Moira, Hilarion, Katumi, Maitreya, Mother Mary, Sanada, Paul the Venetian. It's believed in Shambhala that all of them, ascended masters, created a realm, a spiritual realm, where they can help us evolve and move forward. And these are steps to take, Usui, Karuna and Shambhala, because each level gives you more power. So if you don't build a stepping stone, you cannot add the next one properly. This is number 1, number 2, and then you add the third one. And then there's more, but to start with and to start working on this side of the story that mostly I don't know too many people knowing about this. You cannot evolve properly and you don't do nothing about it, or you don't know how to measure it and to do the proper amount for it, because if you start doing too much, you can get a burst from the volcano. Energies are released when you start paying too much, so you need to do a normal way of paying, evolving, paying, evolving, paying, evolving, so you grow up in a smooth way. If not, it can happen that someone gets hurt just because someone wanted to pay too much all at once. Okay? Or someone wanted to evolve too much all at once. It can create a break, and that harms someone. And we don't want that. We want to grow, evolve, go towards God, do our job properly, learn how to pray, learn how to use energies that are in our bodies, learn what is what, how to relate to things, and how to stop or start adding pluses to our story instead of adding minuses. Okay, our story, our lineage, and our planet, and also towards God. So acknowledge Him, acknowledge this possibility that it's available and can help us all improve. In my case, I've improved a lot. Like for me, now things are more simple, are more clear. I'm moving forward differently. And I wish everyone could understand these things and everyone could start doing something about and moving forward in the same way, at least like me. It would be it would make me a happier person. I don't know what I have to gain from it. I'm doing this and I'm releasing this information because mostly I want other people to know about these things and start reading about these things. And in my comments, I will add some books as well every time so that people can go and read a bit about it. Because once you read, what happens? Now God is light, information, spirit, God. Okay? He's everywhere. This is a human being on level 1. You do Reiki, you pass on level 2. You get more light, more information, more spirit. Your soul starts working to add pluses to the story and becomes bigger, better. Okay? Bigger, better. Reiki Karuna, it becomes even bigger. More knowledge, more power. We add 2 pluses here, 3 pluses here. More knowledge, more power, more good things, more light comes in. Why in stages? Because if you get all the information that I have now all in once, you cannot handle it. It takes time for light, information and spirit, through reading books, to practicing, to become more accurate, more to settle in better. If I give to someone 50 books now, and all the information in 50 books, and all the light, information, spirit and soul, it's like passing from a dirty cup, or adding in this volcano, letting out all this volcano, pouring in all that information, starts exploding. It doesn't fit. That's why it needs to be this is an empty cup. Let's call it an empty cup. Level 1, it's like this. If you put in a cup bigger, it comes out, it doesn't stay in. Okay, so this cup needs to add step by step. When it's big like this, we add another part. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, steps of evolution. And that's why I recommend to start with Reiki Usui, Reiki Karuna, Reiki Shamballa. Different levels, different information, light, spirit and soul. And all the karmic problems start to be solved. If something is left behind, it will be acknowledged and worked on. Okay? But one can evolve. It's a couple of years of evolution brings to a person a lot of knowledge and a lot of understanding about itself and everything that surrounds each one of us, and how to move forward, how to transform the minuses into pluses for the best of an individual and the best of the group. So that should do for today. I will stop here and see you next time.